Right, my name is Pat Twig. I'm a psychic medium. But I'm also a human. I know that sounds silly, but grief is the hardest thing in your life. It's an unseen feeling that holds different parts of your life. It holds different parts of you. I lost my sister many years ago, and that grief was so different. Even though I knew she was going, I ignored it. And she was so young. We got on so well. And that's so painful. You go around feeling guilty for living. But you get over it. You don't get over it. You kind of deal with it and put it in a box. Then my mum died last year. She was a good age, 82. She always said, take care and look after yourself. In the end, she couldn't talk properly. She spent years in a wheelchair. Years not able to talk. Not being able to give you a hug. But I never left her without giving her a kiss. Do you know this is stupid? I can talk to this screen, but I can't talk to anybody. But the grief with Mum was knowing she was going to a better place and telling her at the end, I love you and everybody loves you, Mum. And I know you'll be safe. And then she went. And that's relief. But you still deal with the grief. You still deal with a silent, creeping grief that will hit you any time. It can be a flower. It can be somebody who says something. It could be a programme on the television. And you just think, oh my God, how am I going to deal with this? And you could be driving along and you could have a song. And you think, no, I've got to be strong. But you can't. Not when you're on your own. There's too many memories coming flooding back, happy and bad ones. I'm being honest with you. I got over losing my mum. Still miss her, still need her. Still want her to give me a hug. Even from when I was small. I missed that all those years she was ill. How many years was it? 20 plus. And then my husband. Married for 39 years. Some good, some bad times. We got through it. He was such a good man. He loved life, he loved his family. Just wanted everybody to be happy. Look at the flowers I've got. People have left. It was only a few weeks ago. And this grief is so different. It's so painful. Unseen. Silent. Creeping. Feeling. And that's what's so frightening. It just jumps out. It hits you. It's, you don't feel as if you could eat. You don't want to see people. And yet people, being a medium, think you're so different. Think that you can cope with it. And I've had hundreds of messages. Hundreds. Thinking of me, loving me. And the cards. And the flowers are still arriving. I had a lovely yellow rose delivered today called Memories. And that set me off again. And I thought that I could not carry on without saying this, letting others know that grief is natural. Grief is something you have to deal with. Grief is a kind of love for that person. And it's hard knowing how much they loved you and they had to go. Nigel had been ill for so long, but he tried. It's so funny. You know, he was so happy. Had his bad days when he just wanted to be on his own because of the pain he was in. He never said, but you could see. And yet if you mentioned it, he'd snap at you. I'm fine, leave me alone. I can cope. He just didn't want to hurt anybody else. He didn't want to cause any more pain. And grief is a pain. Grief is the only statement I can say that grief is unseen love. Grief is how much you love somebody, how much you always love them, no matter what, even if they're not here physically. That grief is so painful because you know how much you love them. And people saying from all the years' experience I've had that the grief will disappear, it will go away, you'll deal with it. That's not true. That's not true. Some people put it in a box. But I want to feel the grief because I know how much I loved him. And I just want to I want to help others. Doesn't matter where you cry, how you deal with it, whether you get short-tempered, that's part of it. Wanting to be alone, wanting people around you, and not knowing what you want in life because you don't see a future. You really don't. And it can be anybody saying anything, and you think, why say that now? Can't you say that later? Because I'm not coping. You may think I'm strong. You may think that I stand up and I talk to a camera a lot. Yes, I do. But I'm not as strong as you think. I'm really not. You know, with grief, you want that person back. You want to give them a hug. And you can't do that. You just pray that they're safe. You pray for the sign. You pray for another medium to say something, and they have. But knowing and understanding yourself, coming home when it's quiet, going to the bedroom, it's so painful. You don't want to go up there. And then you want to go up there and open the windows like you used to. You know, I've got to have his phone still charged. Do you know, I waited 4 days for a message from him on the phone. How stupid is that? You do things that are stupid. And they're not. Because we deal with things in all different ways. And I just hope what I've said to so many of you, the healing side is slow. Go and get help. This is my opinion, it's nobody else's. This is what I'm going through. It's the physical side of not seeing that person, not being able to touch them, not being woken by them going to the toilet at night, dropping crumbs all over the cupboard, having a moan, and you just wish it all back, but it's not going to come back. All I can say is just remember the memories. You're so different than anybody else. You'll deal with it in any way, any different way. This is my opinion. I don't honestly at the moment see a way out. Because I think this is a part of learning in my life to be able to take that step. And it's stupid me talking to a camera because that's all I can do. I can't talk to anybody at the moment because I'll start crying again. Shut myself away. I'll do things when I'm ready. Your world feels as if it's fallen apart. But I also want to help people because I don't want anybody feeling this way. That's why I do my mediumship. Because I don't want anybody else feeling like I do. But I also want somebody to hold their hand and love them and say it'll be fine. And that's what I want to get back to. So if you listened, follow me, give your comment, how you feel. I've had hundreds of comments. I'd be here for weeks if I tried to reply. But please, know that you're not the only one hurting. And you have to replace the hurting with a good memory. A smile, holding hands, cruise you went on. Remember, on our own we were so different. So I just want to say thank you for taking part. And please remember, this is part of life. This is part of the love that you shared with somebody. In my case, it's my husband, Nigel. And if you listen, I hope it's helped you. And I hope, go and hold somebody's hand. Just know that they're watching you. And change the sadness to love again. That's all I can say. Please take care.